YouTube, it's your boy Dodger Ass back with another video. They reacting to Penguins, aka Moist Critical, aka Charlie. Today we reacting to him make a video called Most Insecure Podcast. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Road 300 subscribers. Let me know, y'all. Do y'all think I should start a podcast? Because these days and times, everybody got a podcast. Even NBA players are starting podcasts. I get it though, because it's easy, and it's easy and it's fun conversation. I'll give it that. Podcasts are usually fun led conversations. Live, if your podcast is live and then you post clips and YouTube short, it's so much money to be made, sure, in the podcast game. I'm gonna be honest, podcasting is the future of content creation. Cause like I said, a lot of times when I'm riding in the car, I don't really listen to, I'm not gonna say I don't listen to music. I'm probably listening to podcasts just as much as music nowadays when I'm riding in the car. If I'm listening to anything at all, because sometimes I can just ride and vibe. I feel like an old man, but nonetheless, I can do that. But everybody's starting a podcast, like I said, even NBA players. I want to say around the time of quarantine, that's when everybody, like I said, it's easy and it's conversation based. Like, if you have an interesting conversations, people want to hear your take. So that's why you see a lot more podcasts these days. So let me know if I should start a podcast. Get me and maybe like 2-3 other friends. Start up a podcast. Once a week, maybe twice a week. Every now and then get a guest. Man, it's endless possibilities. But anyway, let's get right into the video.
There are more podcasts
What's up, Charlie?
on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky.
That's a fact, though. I just said that everybody want to be a podcaster nowadays. I mean, for good reason, though. Like I said, like, interesting conversations can be had on a podcast. So, and like, it's so much going on that, you know, make a podcast about it. Why
I've been
not?
convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle.
Everybody wants to, I get it. Like he says, all that stuff is easy accessible nowadays. Like, it's nothing for you to probably go somewhere. If you're in a big city, you see some guy with, a little guy like me with 300 subs. Well, not even 300, sadly, because y'all don't show your boy no love. But you find a little channel with 300 subs. He's going out somewhere doing a public interview. It's nothing to see that, especially if you're in a big city. Like I said, if you're in a small city, you might, if you go out at the right time, you might see that. But if you're in a big city, I'm pretty sure every day there's somebody with their cameras. Gay son daughter. Well, I used to like to say gay son. What about you? Gay son daughter. I'm gonna go daughter. It's nothing to find that nowadays, because like he says, recording equipment is easy accessible. And a lot of people, they don't have recording equipment. They use this, buddy. They use their smartphone. Dang, I sound like an old man. An iPhone more specifically, because the quality a lot of times can compete with cameras these days. Because that's what the iPhone trying to do. That's what Apple's trying to do.
A podcast. And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a disease, a virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT 2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind. But I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today.
Okay,
so I'm still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again.
See, that's the thing, though. With a lot of these guys, their mindset is all publicity is good publicity. When it's really not. But a lot of guys think that way.
Clip stays buried. Like the fucking Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me. And yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty. And then he gets really offended. Like, visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing. But no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty. The rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off...
Bro! This is... You could tell exactly who they're trying to emulate. Look, like, it's like they're in the same studio. It look like they're in the same exact studio that Fresh and Fit uses. You got Fresh and Fit, you got Fresh and Fit, and then they'd have a conglomerate group of women. I don't even know if conglomerate was the right word. They'd have a multitude of women lined up. Multitude, I like that word. But nah, for real, like they have like, so you could tell exactly who they. Obviously, the women they probably have isn't to the. I mean, I see some cute ones, some alright ones. Not to the levels that Fresh and Fit go to. But this is the thing. A lot of these girls probably hear because they hear the term podcast or you're a YouTuber. I'm going to get clout or I'm going to get a bag. Well, to them, clout probably is the bag. Probably average like, let's say 5K. But to them the girls, they probably think 500K. But I don't even think Fresh and Fit girls get nothing out of being on the pod, and they probably average close to 1,500,000. They probably actually average 500K plus views. That's counting the archived viewers and all of that. But like, they're not getting nothing out of being here. But they, in their mind, they thinking they're gonna get so much clout out of it. But yeah, bootleg Fresh and Fit.
Just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not going to get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make you fat. So, the segment is rate our appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal bait.
I ain't gonna lie though, in middle school, them rates used to hit. Facebook days. Like my status for a to be honest and a rate. Let's be real. Even if you was ugly, the girl wasn't going to rate you below a 7. And if she rated you a 7, you was probably ugly for real. I don't average probably get like a 7 though. Because I was ugly. I know. I'm probably still ugly to this day. But look, I accept it for what it is.
Brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest. To have the women you bring on as guests rate your appearance. That's so stupid. I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do. I've only watched a couple of their episodes. But he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
What the fuck?
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once.
He already
He's not gonna
seen.
Stand up again.
He already seen him aggravated. Stand up. Don't. He's only going to stand up once. Or don't waste my time. Bro, you're the biggest waste of time. They're wasting their time being on the show. What are we doing?
So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go from 1 to 10. Just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So, stand the fuck up, Josh.
Facts. And then that's the thing, too. I'm pretty sure off camera, he's probably the complete opposite. That's the crazy part. He's probably doing that.
Now, spin around, Josh.
That's gonna get
okay,
him.
Good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now, rate everything you just saw.
That
now,
last part was
don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. And I watched the whole episode up until this point, Like, he's pretty blunt and like very much so most of the time, but when it gets to this one in particular, he's like angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speaking to the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First you're rating me, and then him, and then him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right, what is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay, what about you? Go.
I would rate you a 8.
Okay.
She was too
9.
hesitant.
Okay.
That was cap. I will rate you a 8. It's like, cause she ain't wanted to give him a low rating, cause she already know the play. His feelings gonna get hurt, so she ain't in the business of hurting nobody's feelings. I respect that though.
Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like he just lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there.
Well,
and I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
Because half the time it's them just like saying, you're not good looking and shit like that. Like, right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts.
That's what I was saying. The whole,
if
if anybody wasting their time, it's the girls.
Or do anything. Like, the women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right, what about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
Dang.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying
Thank
to figure
you.
out.
he's pissed that he got a 2. Dang. A 2? I didn't know 2s even exist. God. Gracious day.
Why are you rating me a 2? Because we're not going off our interactions. We're going off beauty.
I don't
right?
like.
I don't give a fuck. He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
He kicked out. He's hurt by the 2. He's hurt.
Spoken like a man whose feelings weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it with, you only rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an
Get out your feelings, my boy.
Reaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can fucking taste the salt here.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch.
She actually cute though.
Make sure she gets her bag and phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong fucking phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again,
you can actually hear that lump in
and
his
then that's
throat.
the thing too. Like since she rated him low, the girls that goes after her, obviously they're gonna give him a 9 or a 10.
Start to form from all the emotion building up inside of him. Get out of here, stupid bitch. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone, because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot. She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like, come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2.
I wonder, outside of this, do they have meaningful conversations? Because I get it. People might say or argue, Fresh and Fit does the same thing. I will say, though, like the debates that when they bring certain people on the debates and the pushback. A lot of times, I mean, sometimes it's like, all right, whatever. But from the clips that I've seen, sometimes you could tell it's meaningful conversation. Whether you disagree, because it's like two extreme ends battling, but it's like a lot of times the conversation can be meaningful. So I wonder, do they have that?
If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, you wouldn't care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you. You wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it. That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
We're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my fucking arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but I just forgot.
I mean,
Just stand. It's not that hard. Okay. You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Exactly. She's scared. She's scared to give him anything low. Like I said, it's probably nothing gonna be. We're not gonna see no 7s no more, because the last girl called him a 2 and she got kicked off. I don't want to get kicked off.
This has now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that.
I mean, they should have left.
I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like,
they think they're gonna get clout.
Seems to be having any fun there. The hosts especially don't seem to be having any fun.
They think they're gonna get clout.
This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up it a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and
that's probably was the amusement of his day.
It's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this, is that the reason women are signing up for the show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time, so it's like an hourly wage.
That's the thing. I don't even think they're gonna get. Truth be told, I don't think they're getting paid. I think they think they're gonna get clout. The guys probably promised them, "Hey, look at our view." That's not, oh my gosh, levels, but to like local people, because I'm from a small town, and like most people don't understand YouTube. Oh my gosh. You got even 1K. Oh my gosh, 1K? Sign me up. So they think like I said, they probably, the girls that they probably grab for these podcast episodes are probably local girls from their area who are looking for a quick come up, and they think they're gonna get clout because they don't understand how clout really works.
Salted or bouncing stupid questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense. Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever.
That's the whole show?
Someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. There's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around. They always just do a grade our appearance thing, which who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast. Why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why?
And here's the thing too, like, I'm pretty sure if you see somebody on, like, heck, even Facebook these days, if you see like a grown woman, like my status for, to be honest, and a rate, or you see a grown man, the inverse for a girl, a like for, to be honest, and rate, bro, everybody's laughing you off. I mean, back in the days, that was a cool way to get to know people, though. Like my status for, to be honest, or rate. To be honest, I don't know you like that, but we could change that. That would be the smoothest way for a guy to get at a girl on kick. Get her kick. Because back then, Facebook is probably how y'all met. And you'd be like, oh, you want to get to know me? This is my such and such on kick. Add me and let's talk from there. And that's pretty much how most people met each other back then. But I guarantee you, if you see a dude A girl, to be honest, and rate. Everybody, you might get a bunch of ha-has to the status because they're not gonna think you serious.
I care. There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there, especially when one of them's super insecure about all of it, who's gonna freak out if he doesn't get a 9. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya.